Oh, we're live. There we go.
Oh, every time.
I will never get good at that, just so you know. Well, hello, everybody. Welcome back to Classy Chicks Vintage Flicks. So glad you guys can make it out. Tonight we are joined, as always, by my better halves, my better thirds, I guess it would be, right?
Yeah.
As always, we have Heather from How to Be Fancy. Hello, Heather.
Hello, everyone.
Isn't it throwing you guys off a little bit thinking that she dyed part of her hair black?
Like, I have a little, like, it's randomly much longer, too. Like,
I like it, though.
I got a free black hair extension. No, just kidding.
You bring in the 60s flip. I love it.
Yeah.
And as well, we have modern retro girl, JL. Howdy ho, JL.
Oh.
And if you hear any, ooh, that was weird. If you hear any weird, random noises coming, like somebody's breaking down a wall at JL's, don't worry. It's just her ninja father-in-law.
Yeah.
It's okay. With us so far, we have Mona Jackson. Hello, Mona. Mona, actually, an inside joke of hers made an appearance in my last Viva vlog.
That's so
For anybody. And actually, Heather made an appearance in it, too. I don't know if you saw that yet
I
or
haven't
not.
watched it. I missed it. It didn't come up in my notifications.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Oh.
You had so much
Yes,
fun.
Yeah, you had a great time that night.
Man.
In your
I
outfit.
need to go see what I got up to.
We also have horror, because Hoarder Beauty would be completely different. Horror Beauty FX is with us as well. Hello. And Cecilia Kitten. So hello, guys. And if anybody else is out there, just say hello. Let us know. We tonight are talking about, we've all had very strange days, so prepare yourselves, you guys, because this is going to go off the rails really, really quick.
We're easily distracted tonight.
Tonight?
All night.
Or always.
Crystal Guerrero joined us as well. She said, oh my God, I actually made it. And she says, our goals for her.
Oh, yeah.
Yay. So we're talking tonight about Telegraph, house on Telegraph Hill from 1951, and it is a film noir. This movie actually made me go and look up what actually constitutes a film noir. I was very intrigued by that because I realized I didn't really know, which I'm sure we will discuss. But before we get to that, this month, our researcher extraordinaire is JL to tell us a little bit of background. I'm losing buttons left and right. Background
about extraordinaire, but
oh, girl.
Yeah. So, like Jennifer said, it was made in 1951. Was directed by Robert Weiss. The main, I had something like really witty to say there, and my brain just stopped working. So,
insert witty comment here.
Insert witty comment here. Yeah. So
it's kind of like a Mad Lib where we don't give you all the words; you got to fill in some of them.
Sometimes. So we had Valentina Cortez as Victoria I forget how to say your name. Kowalska? Is that how she said it in the movie? Something.
Yep, absolutely.
Part is Alan Spender, William Lundigan. I can't read my own handwriting. As Major Mark Bennett, Faye Baker as Margaret, and Natasha Lattes as Karen Dernikova. So there you go. That's who was in the movie. A few like little background facts about the movie. The house on the hill was actually Julius Castle Restaurant, which was open until 2008. Now I have to admit, I have not like paid that close attention in my travels to San Francisco and noticed if it's still standing. So I'm on it next time we go into the city. The portrait of Aunt Sophie was actually a real actress named Helena Benda. The grocery store that she goes and shops at was a real grocery store called Speedy, and it was in business from 1914 to 2008 at 301 Union Street, in case anybody wants to.
Why is everything leaving us in 2008? Both the restaurant and the grocery store?
It was an economically horrible year.
I know.
Yeah. That was the bad year. However, they did mention if you look up that address, 301 Union Street, San Francisco, on Google Maps, it says that the building still looks very similar to the way it did in the movie. It hasn't updated. Well, at least as of the last time IMBD or whatever it is was updated. So,
what's that again? 301 what?
301 Union Street. And then Natasha Lattès, actually shortly after the movie, was employed by Marilyn Monroe as her first offset drama coach after the other person that she had been using left. So she actually went on to be. The movie had one Oscar nomination. I didn't pay attention if it was a winner for Best Art Direction, Set Decoration for a black and white film. So, of the history of the movie. So everybody's Googling now.
I am, but it's coming up as a different address. Oh, I think this is it. Right?
Yep. The front of it, same.
I got thrown off by like all the apartments nearby.
Yeah.
Ooh, I love San Francisco.
So cute. I want to go there.
I need to come out that way.
Oh, excuse me. Is my phone case in the way? Oh, I'm sorry.
Ooh.
That's cute.
They're normal. Okay, sorry, self-promotion. Jenna, Samantha, Darlene, and Brianna have joined. So hello. And Brianna just discovered us all, and she loves us.
Yeah.
And we love you.
Yay. Yes.
I'm sorry, I cut you off.
No, that's okay. That was kind of it. There wasn't anything. I didn't dig very deep for anything scandalous going on the movie set. Like Jennifer said, it's been a weird day all the way around. The only like other little things were like when it showed the house and you see the ocean in the background, it said if you notice like the water doesn't move, so it was like a painting that they used as a backdrop. It wasn't really San Francisco.
I feel like that's pretty normal for.
Yeah, but that was like pretty common. So yeah, that was kind of.
I noticed that too when they were down at the harbor.
Yeah, that's where I noticed it.
And I'm like, oh, it's clever. They have like a real piece right in front of them, and then they're walking behind it, so you can't really tell it's a moving picture behind.
Like quite a bit of it, like outdoor scenes were probably, like controlled sets, like back in LA or something, because San Francisco weather is predictable. So,
Right.
Mylene has joined us, so is Rochelle, and Mona says she's waiting on my self-promotion because I'm working on some sketches for her, which shall be to her soon. I've been having too much fun with it. That's the problem. Jason Wilson says he thinks he may be the only gentleman in the chat. Hello, ladies. I don't know if he said it that way. but in my head, I really hope you did, Jason. All right, so I guess we will round robin it, and if any of you guys in the comment section, if you've actually seen the movie as well, let us know your overall thoughts on the movie. But we're going to round robin here, probably starting with Heather. Find out if you liked the movie.
Yeah, I did. This is kind of the type of movie that I enjoy watching as far as thriller-based movies. This is like my favorite because it's got that suspense, but we all know at this point I don't like scary movies. So so I can handle the suspense of it all, and I love anything with a good mystery to it. So I enjoyed that aspect of it. I don't know, I know you kind of briefly mentioned this. I don't know that if I just watched it without thinking of it as a film noir, that I would consider it that. There's just a couple of scenes that I think might make you think that, but I think for me, maybe it wasn't directly in the middle of the noir genre. It just didn't quite feel the same as a lot of noir, like Chinatown or some other films like that. But I did like it. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed a few of the characters and the interactions. I like the fact that everyone, I wish it could have developed a little bit more, but I liked the fact that not everyone had this very specific storyline that was very black and white. So I like that you get a War II element of the story, where, / Victoria takes on the identity of the other woman in the concentration camp. So I liked that element. I really liked the interaction of her with Christopher, the little boy. I thought that was a really interesting kind of to have in this kind of movie where she was seeing him as his mother, even though she wasn't. I thought that was really interesting and a unique storyline that she developed this care for him, even though she went into it just trying to get out of Poland. So I liked those little moments of the story. I really enjoyed kind of the way that the relationship starts off and you're wondering why on earth she would, why she marries him. But then as it slowly kind of falls apart, you can see like his character slowly start to develop into this more sinister person. I find it interesting, maybe, I don't know, the whole time we know that she's alive because she's narrating the story. And so I wonder how it would have been different had we not known. Would it have been less clear cut in the storyline, like in the plot of everything, if she hadn't narrated it? So that was just kind of a little trail that my mind took, because you kind of get the end of the story from the beginning. I don't know. But my favorite, I don't know, maybe I'm going to save who my favorite character was until the end. But overall, yeah, I think I really enjoyed the story, and I thought it was kind of unique storytelling, maybe, for the time period. I don't know.
Interesting. I say that because I agree. I really liked it. I don't know what I expected going in. I was kind of like, I wasn't expecting to really like it, and I did. And I feel like I know the connections aren't going to be exact, but it had that feeling of like when I sat down and read like Mansfield Park or like Wuthering Heights, but to like a smaller scale. But it just had some of those like bits and pieces that I really like and those tones that it hit. That I was just like, ooh, you can very easily see this like switching and being like out on the moors, like especially when they open the playhouse and there's that drop, and all dun dun dun, and you just know like something horrible is going to happen with that. And it just had that feeling of like being over the cliffs of Dover or something like crazy like that. But it just had that feel to it. So I absolutely love that. I liked that her character was so smart. Like it never fell into those traps of like pushing it too far that everybody thinks she's super crazy, or it pushed it so far that like, why in the world would these two people ever get married? Because right off the bat, because at first I thought like, oh, she's one of those women. Is she using all these guys to manipulate, especially when she starts like hanging out with the lawyer guy that I can't remember his name.
Smart.
Yeah. So I was like I thought I knew in some places where it was going to go, and I was surprised a couple times. I mean, quite a few times it went exactly where I thought it was going to go, and I was okay with that. But I will tell you this, I enjoyed the hell out of that orange juice scene. Let me tell you, because in reality, if anybody was like, oh, why aren't you drinking your orange juice? Come on, you have to drink your orange juice. Come on, Heather. You just know in reality that scene, you'd be like, you're trying to kill me.
Like, you are like me as I'll get out, or you're trying to kill me.
And this was JL's pick this month. She found it on Netflix, which has a horrible classic movie selection. So thank you very much for finding that. Real quick, JL, before we have you talk, Mona does ask that if you could speak up, your volume's a little bit low for her. Some people have been having a little bit of problem with the sync in the video with the voices. I think it's my connection here. It's really weird tonight. But somebody said if they clicked on a different tab and then came back, it was fixed. And Len has joined us, as well as Darlene. She's asking, where do you get your glasses? I get mine. Mine are from Zenny Optical. Heather, where are yours from?
These are from Zenny as well. Yeah. Yep.
And Jail?
Zenny.
We are not sponsored. I swear to God. We should be. How fun would it be if we got a line of our own glasses?
I know.
Right?
We need to get this thing sponsored by Zenny for sure.
That would be amazing.
Yes. Okay, Heather, you have glasses connections. Make that happen for us, okay?
Okay, I'll work on that.
All right, cool. And JL, I kind of know what you thought of the movie, but why don't you let everybody else know?
Yeah, so I really liked it. I found it on Netflix. I was just perusing to see what was new that had been added to the classic movie department. And I have been meaning to watch it, and then I had started watching it. We were looking for a movie for this month, and I was like, oh, I started watching this movie. It's pretty good. And when I was watching it, I was kind of like, man, this kind of like feels familiar. And I think I've seen it on TCM, like bits and pieces of it before, like years and years ago. But I've never watched the whole thing. So I did like it. I like, the kind of suspense of like what's happening next. I loved trying to like figure out which there's agenda with, what's her name? What's her name? Aunt Sophie's estate and her money. Everybody kind of had this agenda going into it. So I really kind of enjoyed like kind of watching that sort of unfold and seeing where all that was going. So yeah, that orange juice scene was quite intense. I was like sitting there like, don't drink the orange juice. Don't do it. And
especially when he sat there like sipping it and like looking at her.
I know, right? And I don't know who else that saw it was like waiting for the eyes in Aunt Sophie's picture to like start moving. I was like, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Yeah, so I enjoyed that, and just kind of like watching like Karen Victoria's character sort of kind of developed from just this like need for survival, to get out of Poland. And once they were freed from the concentration camps, like what is she gonna do? She's got to find some way to start over, and just sort of like watching her like have all of these sort of opportunities, she sort of makes them unfold in front of her. Like she doesn't, she's very like, yeah, like I could tell he was attracted to me. So, I want this kid, and because if I can, maneuver my way in to be his mom, then, and it really wasn't for her. I didn't really ever feel like it was about the money. She just wanted that like stability, kind of a thing. I kind of felt like it was more like that than really kind of the money itself. So I just thought it was kind of interesting to see all of that unfold. It definitely, there were some tense moments, like when the brakes go out and she's going down the hill. Like as someone who's been to San Francisco, like most of my life, living where I do, when you are going down some of those hills, that is like the one thing that like goes through your mind every single time is, oh God, I hope my brakes don't give out.
I feel like that was
scary.
I feel like that was like one of the best car scenes like in an old movie, because usually it feels so unrealistic, but it felt like so real. And as someone who hates to drive and can't even imagine like fathom driving in San Francisco, like it almost terrified me more than the rest of the story. Like I even in my notes, because I just like stream of conscious like write things down as I'm watching the movie, and I just put, how did they drive those big cars there? Like beyond great.
I honestly don't know. Like some of those hills, like our vehicles, I mean, some of them are like almost like straight up, and I'm like, I don't know how these cars make it up these hills. Like it's insane.
I think they had bigger engines in their cars than we do today.
I don't know. But, yeah, so I enjoyed it. My only kind of like gripe was she narrated kind of the whole thing, and then at the end, it just sort of ends, and there's no sort of like final narration, and I sort of felt like it sort of ends, and then you're kind of like, I wasn't expecting her to like kind of wrap up, and we lived happily ever after, and blah, 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 but it was sort of like, there was no sort of like,
yeah, I could see that a little disjointed.
Yeah, it felt a little disjointed that there wasn't anything at the end, since it began with her narrating the whole thing. So that was kind of my only thing that I was really kind of like, wait a second. But I mean, as far as like the storyline and how it progressed, I thought it was great.
Mona said she thought it was way too over the top dramatic wise. She was waiting for Gloria Swanson to pop out into the scene saying, "All right, Mr. Jamil, we're ready for my close-up." And she wanted to know how she learned how to drive a car like that in the brake line scene, considering she came from riding cows and in carts. I'm not thinking, I mean, either you can learn to drive a car or you can't. At some point, someone, I'm assuming, probably taught her to drive a car, would be my thought. I do think it's interesting, though, like the over-the-top dramatic. While I completely agree with that, but I think that's almost the style of that period in a lot of ways. And that's kind of the kitsch that I kind of like in some of these movies. And I know that like thinking about like similar movies today, the acting is probably in some cases a little bit better, or at least the drama is like died down just a little bit. And the music. I mean, I did love the music in this movie, but it was very, just like the drama being over the top, the music was over the top too. It was really loud, very dun-dun-dun-dun, which I actually did enjoy, but it was something that I very much noticed. But what I like too is like how succinct everything was, because I'm like, in a movie like that today, it's going to have like a gazillion twists and turns, and that ending, because that ending was probably the last 10 minutes of the movie where everything wraps up. And I'm like, today that ending would have taken like 45 minutes, you know? So it's just interesting in a way to
Relatively
see
short film, I think, too, for kind of the time. I didn't expect it to end so soon. Like, I thought, oh, we're done? So I think you're right there.
But I think Jail's right with it in that, now that I think about it, yeah, the ending was just like, and scene.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, the wrap of the story, I didn't feel like it was necessarily rushed, like how things sort of unraveled. Like, it felt like a very, like, natural pace. But then, yeah, it was just over. I think had there been, like, that kind of final narrating, like, just something, it wouldn't have felt like it sort of cut so quickly. But I think because it ended and there wasn't really any, like, final thoughts or whatever, like, I don't know what she would have said. I don't want to, like, infer anything, but, you know, just because there really wasn't that sort of, like, it started in one spot and it concluded in a different spot, and they were
that's where I think I lose the film noir sense of things, because it starts out where it feels like she's going to be this psychological, like, maybe like pathological, you know, you just feel like it's going to go that direction, which is great because then, you know, it twists and doesn't. But then it almost turns and she's been this, like, self-sustaining, like, not the damsel in distress person the whole film. And then it gets to the end and I almost felt like she turned like June Cleaver all of a sudden. I don't know. It felt like I agree. I think the end, I liked it and I liked the progression of it, but that, especially that very last scene, I think when they're, like, together, she's got the suitcase walking out the door with him, I felt like it wasn't, I don't know, it didn't seem like consistent with the rest of her story, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I think because I feel like the movie opens with the house for sale, because, like, there's this time has passed since all of these events happened, but it ends with them, like, as soon as the events end and they're just leaving the house. So I was kind of like, well, we're a little bit chunk of the story,
missing a piece.
So it was kind of a little bit off, but I mean, the suspense of the story was, like, fantastic. I thought, you know, you were kind of, like, wondering, okay, like, you get to a point where you're like, somebody's gonna die in this movie, but who's it gonna be? And you're, like, trying to figure out which one of these people are gonna go.
I thought it was on Margaret for quite a long time.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to turn out to be Margaret had actually poisoned him somehow, or she was going to have a stronger hand in the story. But yeah, it's interesting because, like, at the end of the movie, he says something to the extent of, well, I'm taking you out of here because I don't want you to have to spend a minute more in this house. And I was like, but that to me is like something somebody does when, like, the house is part of, like, the problem. But it's like, it was the people, not the house. It's a beautiful house. And did you see that view? Why would you not keep this house?
Yeah.
I mean, you probably should not have a playhouse hanging over the you know that word. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. You blow out the back wall and it's just fall right through.
Oh, some chemistry that.
So I will definitely say, like, if you sit down and really start to analyze this movie, you would definitely pick it apart, because it's probably not the best example of what it was, but I do think it was a fun example, because I liked the characters. I didn't find that, I don't think they fell into any traditional stereotypes. I liked this idea of following a woman from a concentration camp coming forward, and I was like, this is really cool to actually see, like, them starting a new life. And it was just, yeah, like, her storyline, I think, like you mentioned, kind of jumps towards the end. I kind of like watching that progression because it didn't really, I was like, okay, is she the femme fatale? Who are you? You know? So that was kind of a fun thing to do.
I can imagine going through that with, like, clearly she was suffering from PTSD. So I can't imagine someone trying to kill you when you already got like flashbacks happening. I was like, oh, poor thing.
I know. You're like, I made it through a Nazi concentration camp. I'm going to go because somebody poisoned orange juice. Like, how did my
like, what the heck, man?
But I do like that she like because thank God he went to go, check on what was it, the telephone or something, that she had that opportunity to pour juice back in. I thought it was more of a Princess Bride, like I switched the poison kind of thing. No, a smart man would. So I guess that being said, what was your least favorite part about the movie? Because I think we already kind of talked about favorite parts, but.
No.
I hate me so much. While you're thinking,
I think
Mona Jackson says she.
Well,
oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, I don't know. I mean, like we kind of talked about the ending and how it was kind of disjointed, and so I don't know if this necessarily. It's not necessarily like my least favorite, but it was part of the movie that stressed me out the most, I guess, when I was watching it, and I was like, I just need this to stop happening. Is when he started like following her every move and wouldn't leave her alone because he was like suspecting something, and she had that paper and she's trying to hide it, and I was just like, okay, something's gonna happen, and I just need it to happen already because I'm like this watching the movie, like what, I don't know, and this is like this guy's like crazy, and what is gonna happen, and whatever happens, I just need it to happen because it's causing me an extreme amount of stress and I just can't handle it right now.
That happens to me anytime somebody snoops.
And it was
I'm like, oh my God, you're going to get caught. Put the book away. What are you thinking? Yeah. And then you see that door open. Yeah.
I know. I was like, goodness, just let the girl breathe. Like, give her a minute to go to the bathroom alone. Like, you don't have to follow her everywhere she goes. Oh, she's going to go to the doctor. Oh, you have time to go with her to the doctor. Oops, sorry. Like, I'm like, oh, let her, like, more badness is happening. Leave her alone.
See, this is like how you know somebody's like a bad boyfriend.
Yep, I wrote that down, by the way. Words of wisdom.
With that kind of situation, that's a red flag. You need to just run. Like, don't pack, run.
And don't drink the orange juice.
Don't drink.
Never drink the orange juice. Mona said she said they could have had Aunt Sophie scream out from the portrait saying, "Wait, come back," when they were leaving the house. Poor Aunt Sophie. Poor Aunt Sophie. So upsetting. Oh, Hail Snow is here. Hi. And Mona also said, if you want a good house movie, we should watch The House That Wouldn't Die with Barbara Stanwyck. Which I do love Barbara Stanwyck. I might have to preview that movie to make sure Heather can watch it, because
I know
that's a very strong title. I'm a little concerned for our Heather here.
Die House.
Legions of Decency has arrived with Emily saying, inconceivable. And Mona saying, as you wish. Princess Bride. So, Heather, what about you? Favorite, least favorite moment?
I think the same, but I think the least favorite makes the movie, which is the tension of him, that claustrophobic feeling that you get almost with him following her. I also, toward the end, like the music didn't bother me until the very, very end of the movie. And then it started distracting me so much that I would like have to go back and rewatch a scene, because it would like start, and I know this is the point, but I just couldn't get over it. Like it was like blaring into my like brain and I couldn't focus on the film, which I think is a little bit weird, because I don't know who did the score for the movie itself, but Robert Wise, like that Sound of Music, that's West Side Story. So you would think like the music would be like a really like significant part, and it was, but for me, I think toward the end, I just got like really annoyed with it, and I was over it. I literally put the music, oi.
I do think I think it got louder.
It did. Yeah.
Yeah, it almost reminded me of that opening of Phantom of the Opera. That's probably not
Yeah, which is fine for a musical.
Yeah. True. Well, obviously my favorite scene was the orange juice scene. I think I guess least favorite is turning into most tense scene, and that really was the whole snooping in the book scene that she was doing. Because I can't, my nerves can't take snooping. And I was a big snooper. Like
that's why.
like anything my parents wanted to keep from me, they couldn't, because I found everything. Like, to my own detriment sometimes, I found everything. Pretty much found all my Christmas and birthday presents. I found, like, all, like, the weird stuff that my mom and dad saved from, like, their younger years, or, like, the joke things that their friends would get them. And I'd be like, so you would think I would be comfortable with the whole idea of somebody snooping, because I never got caught. Master Snoopster. Rochelle says she has to watch this, so now for the orange juice. Yes, watch this for orange juice alone. That and the whole like that moment, I think when they were going up the stairs, when he was like, "Oh, you're tired, you need to go to bed," and like grabbed her arm.
And she like runs into the stairs, and like how she stops and waits on him, like it's almost like she was admitting defeat at that point, when she like stops and waits on him to go back into the library and come back out, and then he goes with, I don't know. I was like, oh, just go.
I know, like, run, do something. Or even when she was like looking back at the phone when she was trying to call, who was it? The other guy. I can't remember his name. Mark?
Yeah.
And she was like, "Oh, I was checking on the time," and then she was like leaving the room and looks back at the phone, and I'm like, for them to like call for help at that point is like, ring dingy dingy, ring dingy ding. Hello, operator, Bakersfield 441. And now it's so much easier because you pick up the phone, you're 911. You don't even have to say anything.
There wasn't even a rotary. They had to pick up, and the operator would connect to them. So they actually had to like talk to somebody to tell them what number they wanted. So it's not even like you could fake it with the rotary phone. Like you pick up and you're like, operator, I would like to talk to, whoever, whatever, like phone numbers. It was like words and numbers then. That's like crazy to me that you had to remember. Not like it's hard enough now to remember phone number. Back then they had to remember like words and numbers together for everybody. I'm like, I don't even know how you did that. But yeah, that was like stressful. She kept like trying to get to that phone, and it's like, at least if you had like a rotary, you could sort of like fake who you're calling. But that you like literally somebody's gonna overhear exactly who you're trying to call because you have to say it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Emily says the orange juice was so clever. I'm sure I would have died because I wouldn't have thought to do that. If anybody's curious,
life, we don't drink orange juice before bed.
No. After you brush your teeth, that's insanity.
Disgusting. I kept thinking that when she was
I'm like, all that sugar on your teeth when you go to bed.
Yeah. So another red flag, if you're with someone and they're like, I was born and raised in California, we drink orange juice every night before bed, run. Red flag. Don't drink the juice. Quit.
Liar.
That doesn't does not.
Emily also said snooping in the movies gives her anxiety, and Mona says I probably opened all my Christmas presents and rewrapped them. I didn't. I shook them.
I actively avoided finding Christmas presents. I was like, I will not be disappointed, even though my parents were horrible at hiding them. But I was like, just don't look. Just walk by real fast.
Rochelle says they would have been dead by the time the call went through. And Mona singing Beechwood 45789, which I do not know that song. And Lizzie says, hello, running late, but better late than never. Or she actually said, hello, everyone, better late than missing this. I don't know why I paraphrased. I'm sorry, you guys. And Emily says, duly noted, JL. All right, since I can't do the traditional question because I feel like, and one of the things that I did like, because we always try to do movies that people might not have heard of, so we tend to skew away sometimes from the more popular ones. But pretty much everybody in this movie wasn't really, as far, maybe back then, but wasn't like box office names that we know today. So you guys are going to get off the hook as far as who would you take out of the movie and who would you replace them with. But you are going to recast one. We're going to recast the lead actress. So I'm going to ask you, who would you recast her with? And you can only pick one person because I feel like that's the hard part. Because I think she was lovely. I think she did a great job with it. And I do think her accent may have been real. It kind of seemed like it, but I am not a linguist.
Pretty sure.
I kind of feel like with names of the two actresses that played the Polish woman, that they were sort of not, I don't know what I'm trying to say. It seemed like the accents were authentic based on me trying to figure out how to pronounce the names.
Gotcha. And real quick before we get into this, JL, Lizzie would like to know, what is the color of your lipstick? Is absolutely stunning.
Thank you. It is called Sizzling. It's by the brand Unique that I sell. It's one of our new liquid matte lipsticks.
It's pretty. I like it.
So how would one, if one wanted to purchase the color off your lips, how would one do that?
So my website for purchase is modernretrolashes.com. So if you would like to see more of what's in there, that's where you can go. Yeah, but the color is called Sizzling, and it's the Splash liquid lipstick.
Okay. And by the way, this is Lizzie's favorite part. She loves the answers. Emily says she thinks she read that the actress was born in Italy. Mona also said Karen looked very much like her mother-in-law. Interesting. I am gonna go first on this to make me hate myself. It's a weird, okay, I'm gonna go with it. It's a really weird choice, but I'm gonna go with Marlene Dietrich. I think she would just have that, just her alone brings this complete mystique and mystery to her. And of course her having that foreign accent. I don't know. I feel like she could just slink through this film with very little lines and portray this, because that character to me was very feminine but had a strength to her that wasn't 100% reliant on men. And I feel like Marlena kind of does that naturally, I think. Plus, I'm kind of in a Marlena mood.
I just bought a biography about her. I'm excited to read it. It may not be for a while, but I'm excited.
I like it. Lizzie said her choice would maybe be Greta Garbo. I could see that. I could see that. JL, I'm going to pick on you.
I just completely blanked on her name, but she was in Casablanca.
Oh, Ingrid Bergman?
Bergman.
Yes, Bergman part. I was like, my first name. That's kind of like, because I was thinking about this question like during the movie, actually. I was like, I know we're going to have to like figure this out. But I kind of thought like I sort of thought in terms of Casablanca, she was kind of like that wounded but trying to like persevere kind of character, and I kind of felt like that was sort of this character too. Like she was kind of like wounded from the war and she lost her family, but she was like determined to like take advantage of opportunities, so, and like make her way through that. And I felt like Ingrid Bergman's character in Casablanca was sort of like that. Like she kind of like left one thing for like a better opportunity to try and like, make her situation better. So I thought, with her accent, it would be, kind of like an easy transition. She kind of has that, I'm so beautiful and wounded. Why don't you just fall in love with me? Kind of a thing going on.
Oh my god, I would totally use that when I'm out and about. Oh my god. Totally wounded and beautiful. Fall in love with me. Okay.
Yeah, next time we go to the bar. So wounded and beautiful, won't you buy me a drink? I feel like that's probably kind of like an easy answer for that one, but
no, but it's a good one. I like your reasoning behind it. I think that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Mona Jackson is throwing a Joan Crawford's name into the ring. I think she could have took. And Lizzie is also throwing in.
Joan Crawford is Margaret.
Oh yeah. Because she probably could. I feel like she could have made that role better.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Williams says, "Hello, lovelies. Hello." Yeah. Yeah, I like that idea. Heather, what about you?
I have a few thoughts. The thing that I love about Valentina or whatever is that it did diversify the cast. And so I appreciate that about this film. And it wasn't like she was trying to play something she wasn't. You know what I mean? I mean, granted, she was Italian, but still, it wasn't like they were making an American actress play some like foreign, I don't know. Sometimes that just bothers me in films. So it was kind of nice that they used her and kept an accent for her. I mean, it made sense for the movie, but still not something you see a lot. You see Ingrid Bergman with American accents all the time. I can't think of the movie. Initially, I was thinking someone like Vivian Leigh, because you have this kind of soft exterior, but then she can, Streetcar Named Desire on you, and she gets this kind of fierce undertone to her. So even though I think in general she comes across as like this very soft, feminine woman, she still kind of could carry that, like, is she evil? Maybe she's a very kind, evil person. Like just that little bit of, I don't know, undercurrent. But then even, and this again, maybe she would have been, who I'm thinking of, would have been better for Margaret, I think, when you said that earlier. But Sophia Loren was the other. Kind of, she has that same almost femme fatale, but in a little bit more of a post-war sense, I think, with Sophia Loren. She was a little bit more of an independent woman. So it would have been a stronger role, which is why I think Vivian Leigh, for me, maybe had that softer, could have wooed him into what she was thinking marriage-wise, could have been more of a mother figure, but then still had that like undercurrent of like, am I not? Like, so she could carry off like the unstable well, I guess, is kind of what I think. But then I think, I don't know. I have a lot of thoughts on that, but I do like Joan Crawford for Margaret. That would have been amazing.
I do like that as a choice too, because I think that's one thing I kind of left out in my thought process is that whole mothering instinct.
Mm-hmm.
Because at first, like at the beginning of the film, all I kept thinking is like, you are not this child's mother. This kid thinks you're his mom. You are not his mom. How could you do that to a kid?
Mm-hmm.
You know? But at the same time, it's like you see it progress in this relationship with her where that is like that thing, that person that she loves. And then it's like, well, I suppose I could forgive you a little bit for that. And yeah, I feel like Marlena might not bring that to the table so much.
Same.
Mona also says Omar Sharif would have been good for the male lead. He would have. He's got that dark sexiness. So I could see him going from a lot of it. Yasmin had a real quick question about an Agent Carter look, what rollers she should use for super long hair. If you do not have layers in your hair, if it is all one length, it is going to be a little bit tricky. Just because all the curls going to fall to the end of the hair. I would probably say like those medium-sized rollers, probably about like that, like half an inch in diameter would probably be good to try. This is actually a sweater from Billa. Don't you laugh at me. Let me see if I can show it. No puppies on it. Puppies! I'm not explaining that. All right. Mona says, can we choose Dr. Zhivago? I feel like we do probably need an epic coming up pretty soon.
Yeah.
Agreement with Jael on Joan for the Margaret role. Mona is thinking Lauren Bacall, which apparently she was inside Emily's head when she grabbed that one out because she was thinking that as well. Len says Angela Lansbury. And Lizzie agrees she was a dish. Yes. Yes. She was such a good character actress. She would have been good in the Margaret role as well.
Mm-hmm.
But it would have been kind of...
for a minute.
Can we what?
Did anyone else think that Margaret Faye Baker looks just like Rockabilly Ruby? Go back. Some of her expressions, especially when she like looks down and the shape of her lips, she looks so much like her. I was. Let me see. Like, just something about the shape of her. Yeah. Just the way she, like, it's mainly her mouth, her little cheeks. That's all. I got distracted by Margaret. I actually really like the character a lot. I can't find a good image.
Yeah, okay, this is the best picture, but, like, if you look at, like, yeah, like the cheekbones and the eyes, I can see that. I can kind of see that in there. I mean, not at, yeah.
I think because she's got dark hair, it kind of throws it off. But I think, yeah, if you sort of like take the hair away and just concentrate on.
And the way, like, even her little, when she like makes the worried face, she gets the same little lines. I know that's a creepy observation, but
the worried face. This one,
yeah, little worried face. Especially, I don't know if this will show up big, but like, can you see? Can you see?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's crazy. Oh. And it quickly went from Faye Baker to Tammy Faye.
I got that.
Which when you're scrolling from this, you're scrolling from that lovely scene to, oh my
God, make it stop.
This is a little disconcerting. I can't stop now.
Can I come here?
Let's see. Votes for Olivia de Havilland by Rochelle. Vivian Lee. Vivian Lee, wasn't she in Psycho? No, that was Janet Lee. Right? No. I was doing Medea's Hello. Oh, Rochelle. Yeah, Janet Lee. Thanks, Rochelle. Gone
with the Wind.
Wait. Okay.
Wondering.
Now Mona's saying no, it was Janet Lee. No, we need to.
Why?
Google. Come here, Google. Google. Cast of Psycho.
The cast of Psycho includes Anthony Perkins, Janet Lee, and others.
There you go.
And others. Poor others.
No, mattered.
An actress who was underrated and amazing in Pre-Code would be Norma Shear.
I love Norma Shear.
She's a fave.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of thumbs up for that.
Mm-hmm.
All these actresses come and gone. I know, right? How did you sew up? This is Faye Baker, Tammy Faye. Give me more mascara.
Can you imagine the sales on that, Jail?
I know, I was just thinking that. How many unique fiber lashes could you sell to Faye Baker?
Oh. Keep the company in business.
Oh my God.
Be the greatest spokesmodel, but
oh my God. That's hysterical. All right. I'm gonna do something weird right now. These guys don't even know I'm gonna do it. I want you guys in the comment section now, right this very second, to give us suggestions for next month. We are going to pick one.
Yay.
Right now. Yay. And it's going to be all on you guys. Because I'm sorry, it literally takes us a long time and a lot of Googling. And no makeup tutorials for Tammy Faye Baker. She needed YouTube tutorials.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, I am going to say that Mona already threw out Dr. Zhivago and The House That Wouldn't Die. We've got Mommy Dearest, Red-Headed Woman. I'm kidding. Hey, Caroline, can you see what she wants for me? You might have to go up there. She probably can't hear you. Thank you. You're the best friend ever. The whole history of the world. Whatever happened to Baby Jane? I would have to say, okay, whoever suggested, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of intrigued by this whole The House That Wouldn't Die. Is it scary? Okay, Raven or Aaron, I love you for this suggestion. It is one of my favorite movies. But Heather will know 10:30. Heather will know all over our face on this one, and that is Rosemary's Baby.
Oh no, yeah. Don't have your own. Nope.
Yeah. I don't do like horror, like gruesome horror, or like possessed.
Sorry.
Yeah, Mona says, yes, it is in a way scary, The House That Wouldn't Die. Okay, so we are going to take that one off the table. I personally am probably going to watch it because I am so intrigued.
I'm intrigued by Red-Headed Woman.
Who's in that one?
Jean Harlow.
Ooh.
And I'm trying to read. Hold on. A gold digger breaks up her boss's marriage and sends her way to financial success.
Ooh, sends her way. Emily's all over this one.
I know.
She's like, sitting? No, sitting. Let's approve sitting by Legion of Decency. Mona also suggests Where Angels Go, Trouble Follows. Oh, Hail Snow said, I did a Mommy Dearest sound in X. I asked for a floor cleaner and he came home with Comet. Oh. And then Michelle says, when a stranger calls. Is that not the one where the call is coming from inside the house? Invasion of the Bong Snatchers. Do you mean Body Snatchers?
Because that's a whole different.
Invasion of the Bong Snatchers. Yo, dude, give me your bong.
It's a whole
different
different
storyline.
That's actually one of my favorites.
A lot of snaps. Oh.
Oh, we don't. We just seem like we are sometimes. Rochelle said, I didn't know you guys did that kind of stuff. No. We are pretty straight. I hate to say it. No, I love to say it. Oh, Hail Snow says, so she sprinkled it on the floor and told him to clean the floor with it. Good luck not having residue. Oh, that's hysterical. All right, what is when a stranger calls? Is that scary?
I feel like
That seems like it would be a mystery. Oh yeah, no. That is the one. The call's coming from inside the house.
That sounds familiar.
Oh.
did they remake this movie?
When a stranger calls?
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think
they
so.
did. Because there's a 79 version, which is the best ever and scared me. I watched it when I was babysitting.
Okay, now I recognize it.
I always watched all the really scary movies when I was babysitting.
I did that too. I think that's what ruined me for like.
Heather will never watch it. She will not watch scary movies.
No.
I might be able to say the movie, like line for line, and she'd be okay with it.
Maybe.
Mona says dial M for murder, which
What's the
is
good one?
That's a good one, yeah.
you know what? We are going to do a Hitchcock soon. We've been talking about it, and we have a friend that we're going to try to invite for that one because she loves Hitchcock. So we'll reach out to her, see if we can't get her in on that as well. Maybe we'll do Hitchcock for December. That would be fun. Wait, is it November? No, it's
It'll
October.
be November.
All right, so what are we thinking? Are we going to do Rear Window. I got it. Rope. Let's do
I think we need to do some Googling and make sure that whatever we pick is
Yeah.
viewable.
Available. I know you can rent Dial M for Murder, and I thought it was.
I thought it was on Netflix.
available. Yeah, I was gonna say I thought
Hold
I did it on
Yeah.
Netflix.
Triple Follows.
That's the other one I was wondering
I
about.
think that's got not Fred Astaire, but Frank Sinatra in it. No, not at all. Rosalind Russell's.
Mhm.
Oh no, wait. Yeah. Why? Don't show me that. Oh. And what was the other one? Redhead Woman.
Mhm.
See, this is usually what you guys miss.
Milton Berle.
Red-headed woman. Wait, did we already?
What?
Amazon. Red-headed woman. That's not a song.
Just want to know where.
The Birds. Oh, I love the Birds. I know.
Good one.
I'm not a
Vincent
movie
Campbell, yeah.
fan.
I'm sorry. No, it's okay. The Out of Towners. Good thing you're going to find the movies. Can't get U.S. Netflix. Stop it, Lenny. Library. Hands of Fate. Is there a certain theme for next month? No, not really. Red-headed woman. I'm going to see if this is on Amazon. Yeah, right now that looks like it's only available as a DVD. North by Northwest, The Collector, The Innocents. See, because this is the problem is if I don't choose it now, we're not gonna be able to see all this later. La 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 la.
Here,
La 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 la. Let's see.
hold up.
Hold up. Gold Diggers.
Looking for my pencil.
In Amazon Video. 1933. Joan Blondell.
I have lip liners in here, but I cannot find my pencil. Oh, here it is.
All right, this would be a musical. We haven't done a musical in a little while. Gold Diggers of 1933. Is that the one you're talking about? Let me. The Trouble with Angels, Niagara. I don't think we've done Niagara.
Niagara?
We've talked about it, I think, but we haven't.
I think we have too.
Ah. Video. Maryland one.
That's a good one.
It's only in DVD. See, this is the problem that we have.
Is
Not a
it
great options.
that used to? I thought Niagara used to be on. I thought it's on Netflix.
It was on Netflix, I thought. But they may have taken it off because now I don't remember.
Oh, wait, the colorized version's on Amazon.
Okay, maybe it was Amazon then.
And I will check.
Yeah.
Niagara.
Want you can call out the movies and I can list them out if we want to try and do this after.
You can what the movies? You can call the movies? Oh, okay. Yeah, we will. Okay, we're going to do this, and then I'm going to go on my Facebook, and I'm going to go on my Instagram, and I am going to put a, what do you call those? Annotation at the beginning of the movie, or at the beginning of this live stream, saying what movie we decided for next month. So if you go back and watch it again, we'll put it there. And oh wait, I'm going camping tomorrow. I'm not going to do it tomorrow. I'm going to announce it Sunday. Sunday on our social medias, whether you follow any of us, we will announce it. And it will be one of the following. Dr. Zhivago, Mommy Dearest, Red-Headed Woman, Whatever Happened to Baby Jane, Where Angels Go, Trouble Follows, Rosemary's Baby, nope.
I can't.
Stranger Calls,
Yeah,
nope.
girl.
Gold Diggers, Invasion of the Bong Snatchers. Sorry, I'm keeping it that way. A Busky Berkeley Musicals.
Okay, hold on. Get Mommy because I can't write that fast.
Oh, I'm just saying it so we have it on the video. We can go back and just check this part of the video. Dial M for Murder, Rear Window, Rope, The Birds, The Out-of-Towners, Dr. Zhivago again, Hands of Fate, North by Northwest, The Collector, or The Innocents, Niagara, The Trouble with Angels, Viva Las Vegas. If we can get Viva Las Vegas before Viva, it wasn't available on any of our streaming services last Viva. White Christmas, Singing in the Rain. We did do Singing in the Rain. It's up on the. You should be able to find it on the my channel. Bye Bye Birdie. We are enjoying this. Streetcar Named Desire. No, it's Bong Snatchers. We're keeping it Bong Snatchers. No fixing it. Damn it, Aaron. West Side Story. All right, so announcing it on the social medias. We are already over time tonight because that is how we roll. Thank you guys so much for coming out tonight. This was so fun. And I believe we should be back on our normal schedule for November, so it will probably be either the 9th or the 16th of November. I haven't talked to the girls yet about the dates to make sure everybody's free, but it's going to be somewhere right around there. Thanks, guys, for coming out. Love seeing you. And Heather, Jail, if you wanted to say anything.
Bye, guys. Have a good night.
Bye. Thanks for tuning in and chatting with us.
Yep. And
You guys still like us.
we have all had like really weird, strange, and horrible days. So this has definitely cheered our moods tonight. So thank you guys so much. My puppies are showing. I know my puppies are showing. And my puppies are showing. Retro Doll owns Viva Las Vegas. All right, so if you are like, oh my God, I'm going to miss you guys so much for the next month, follow us on the social medias. You can find us on the YouTubes, on the Instagrams, on the Facebooks, on the Twitters as How to Be Fancy, Modern Retro Gal, and A Vintage Vanity. Guys, have a great night, and we'll see you all soon. Bye!
Bye.
And I always hit the button, and I think